It was a perfect sunny day in the Florida Keys, the sky a vivid blue with not a cloud in sight. The water shimmered, inviting vacationers to its warm embrace. Among those soaking in the sun and the sea were Sarah, Mike, and their friends Rachel and Tom. They had decided to escape the pressures of their corporate jobs in Miami for a week of relaxation and adventure. Sarah, a marine biologist with an adventurous spirit, was particularly excited about their plan for the day, snorkeling near an old, lesser-known reef. They had heard whispers from locals about the area's beauty, untouched and unspoiled by tourists. "Ready to see some marine life?" Sarah asked, grinning as she adjusted her snorkel mask. "Absolutely," Rachel replied, her enthusiasm matching Sarah's. Mike and Tom, less experienced with snorkeling but eager to join in the fun, nodded eagerly. They rented a small boat, loaded their gear, and set off towards the reef. The trip was serene, with the boat cutting smoothly through the calm waters. As they approached their destination, the underwater scenery began to reveal itself. The coral formations were vibrant, teeming with fish of all shapes and colors. "Look at that!" Tom exclaimed, pointing to a school of parrotfish darting by. But Sarah's attention was caught by something else. She noticed an unusual structure beneath the waves, partially obscured by sand and coral. Her heart raced with curiosity. "Hey, do you guys see that?" she asked, pointing down. Mike peered over the side of the boat. "What is it?" "It looks like a shipwreck," Sarah said, excitement in her voice. "And it doesn't look like it's been disturbed. It could be an old pirate ship." The group quickly donned their snorkeling gear and slipped into the water, eager to explore this unexpected find. As they swam closer, the details of the wreck came into focus. It was an old wooden ship, remarkably well preserved for its age. Sarah's mind raced with possibilities. Could this be an undiscovered wreck? There was no indication on the chart of any wrecks in the area at all. They spent hours exploring the wreck, marveling at the intact structure and the marine life that had made it their home. Inside the hull, they found a small chest, encrusted with barnacles and coral. With some effort, they managed to bring it to the surface and back onto their boat. "Do you think there could be treasure inside?" Rachel asked, her eyes wide with anticipation. "Only one way to find out," Mike said, prying open the chest with a screwdriver, the only tool he could find. Inside, they found gold coins, jewelry, and a beautifully crafted compass. The sight of the treasure took their breath away. They had stumbled upon something extraordinary. "We need to report this," Sarah said, her scientific integrity kicking in. This could be an important archaeological find. But Tom, ever the pragmatist, had other ideas. "Sarah, think about it. If we report this, the authorities will take everything. We found it. It should be ours." The group fell into a heated debate, weighing the pros and cons of keeping the treasure versus reporting it. Eventually, they decided to keep the chest hidden until they could decide what to do next. That night, they celebrated their find with a feast on the beach. The chest was securely hidden in their rental house. As the night wore on, they joked and laughed, feeling invincible with their newfound wealth. But the mood shifted as strange occurrences began to unfold. Rachel, who had taken a gold necklace from the chest, complained of a burning sensation around her neck. When she removed the necklace, her skin was red and blistered. "This can't be a coincidence," Sarah said, examining Rachel's neck. "We need to put everything back." "Don't be ridiculous," Tom retorted, clutching a gold coin he had taken. "It's just a rash." The next day, the group noticed more bizarre incidents. Mike, who had taken the compass, found himself disoriented and unable to navigate the simplest of paths. Sarah's usually calm demeanor turned anxious, and she felt a constant, unshakable sense of dread. That evening, as they sat around the dinner table, they debated whether their experiences were coincidence or a pirate's curse. Determined to end the torment, the group decided to return the treasure to the wreck the next morning. They hurriedly packed the chest and set off, hearts pounding with a mix of fear and hope. As they neared the wreck, a storm began to brew. Dark clouds rolled in, and the sea turned choppy. It was as if the very elements were conspiring to make the task more of a challenge. "We have to do this," Sarah shouted over the roar of the wind. "It's our only chance to prevent things from getting worse." They donned their gear and plunged into the water, fighting against the turbulent currents. Reaching the wreck, they placed the chest back inside the hull. Instantly, the storm began to subside, and the water calmed. Breathing sighs of relief, they returned to the boat, exhausted but hopeful. The strange occurrences ceased, and the group felt a sense of peace they hadn't experienced since finding the treasure. Back on shore, they sat in silence, contemplating the events that had transpired. They had been given a glimpse of wealth, but had paid the price for their greed. "We should have respected the wreck and left its secrets alone," Sarah said, breaking the silence. "Some things are better left undisturbed." The group nodded in agreement, their experience a stark reminder of the consequences of greed and the importance of respecting the past. They decided to anonymously report the wreck to the authorities, ensuring it would be protected and studied properly. Months later, as the friends returned to their normal lives, they often reflected on their adventure in the Keys. They had learned a valuable lesson and the importance of preservation. Sarah continued her work as a marine biologist with renewed vigor, inspired by their discovery to advocate for the protection of underwater archaeological sites. Mike and Rachel became avid supporters of marine conservation, while Tom, ever the pragmatist, found a new appreciation for the past and its stories. Their tale of the pirate's curse, over time, became a local legend, a cautionary tale for treasure hunters and adventurers. And though they never sought the spotlight, their story served as a reminder that some treasures are best left where they belong, in the depths of history, untouched and undisturbed.